Hello, my name is Steven Stumbo. Today we are going to look at a drawing section in the AutoCAD drawing. So this is our AutoCAD drawing, which we want to draw the section or the drawing from the line that we've just drawn. So in order to draw the section that will face on this side, we would need to rotate this drawing so that it faces upwards whenever we are coming up with the section line. So you access the rotate command, then it will ask you to select the objects. Here you have to select the object, so we are selecting this object, then I'll press enter, and then maybe selecting the rotation point in this case. So this is our rotation point, and we would want it to rotate. If we want, we can use an angle, or if we want to, that is 90 degrees angle, or we can do it the way I've done it. So the drawing has been rotated, and we are going to do our section facing on that side. So for this drawing, there is need to come up with the construction lines. So the construction lines are under draw command. So we have the draw, then you access the draw, this line is the construction line. So that is the construction line, and then we have the options here. We have vertical, angle, bisect, and offset. So it has to be vertical, so we select the vertical, and then we are going to indicate the position of the walls on the vertical. So that's the position of the wall wherever this line crosses the wall. So this is our cutting line, and then you have that point, and you draw the lines on the walls. Of course, we have that as our section point, and again that point. So we've done now with the sectioning, and then you can exit. That is, you press enter, and then let's draw the floor line. Maybe that's going to be our floor line, and press enter, and again of course whenever you are doing all this drawing, you need to switch on the layer to the wall layer. So in this case, we are just going to select the section lines, and then select on the layers, so that we have the appropriate layer for our drawing. So this is supposed to be the wall. So this is the wall section. So that's it, and then you press escape to get out of that. Of course, this is going to be the slab. It's not going to be the wall as it is. So we can maybe change this to the wall layer. So that's our wall. Okay, so any line that we are going to draw is going to be in the wall first, so we can match property for the slabs and the like. So assuming this is our slab, and we are going to make our slab to be 100 millimeters thick, so we are going to offset that, which is 100, and then you press enter, you click on the line, and then decide to offset, then you press enter. And also we can offset that line so that from the slab to the ground line it should be 200, or minimum is 100, and minimum is 150 millimeters. So I'll put it 200. Let's press enter. So we have that, and then decide. So that will be my ground line, and I can trim. We go to trim. So I'll trim this line. That is by you say trim, then you press enter, then you select the line that you want to trim. You are going to trim this, and also there you trim that line, you trim that line. So we leave this because it's going to be our ground line. Of course, we can just maybe trim on that side, and then we also trim that. We remove that. So that's it, and we have that. Of course, that has to be removed, and again that has to be removed, and we also need to remove that one. so we leave it as it is. So that's our ground line. And then we can offset, assuming that our foundation level is 900. So we are going to offset from the slab to the foundation line. Let's put it 900. So we're going to offset that by 900 distance. So this is 900. Press enter, and then we have that up to that point. So this is our 900 to the base of the foundation. So again, our foundation is going to be footing. We are going to use the stripped foundation. So the wall is 230, so maybe the foundation projection should be 230. So we have that one, and we have that, and also we are going to offset that one. So that's it. And we can draw the rectangle for the foundation footing. That is a rectangle. In this case we have on the draw circle, so we have that draw, and then we choose the rectangle. Of course, this is our rectangle, so we're going to choose the rectangle. This is our rectangle, and there is saying we should of course with the rectangle, I believe in this case, if we escape, let's extend this line first so that it goes beyond. It goes to that, which is our extension. We have that, we choose extend, and then we press enter, you click. So we have extended. That is, if we want to, we can also extend that one. So that's it. And then that is, if we want to, we can just draw the rectangle and then erase those construction lines. That is how we go to rectangle, and then we'll draw that. This is our rectangle, and then we are going to erase this line. This line has to be erased, and so maybe that line has to be erased, and that line too has to be erased. And again, we are going to trim the footing. This is going to be trimming the footing. So we have trim, and then you press enter. Then we remove this, and also remove that, and then we press enter. So we have that. We delete it, and then next we go to that's how we copy. We are going to copy this footing. We are going to copy from, maybe if we copy this from here. Okay, so we copy this from this point, and then that has to be to perpendicular. So you say to perpendicular, you type perpendicular, that's perpendicular to that, and also it has to be perpendicular to that one as well. So I type perpendicular, perpendicular to that point. So that's it, and then you press enter because we are through with that one. And again, we can trim this. That is we trim, say trim, then you select the cutting edges. That's if we have that one, and if we have that one too, press enter, and then you select these lines to be trimmed, so that line to be trimmed. And we access the trim command again, then you press enter, and then you select those lines that are supposed to be removed. So we are removing this. We also removing that one. We're removing that one. So for this, I believe we should be through with the footing. Of course, for the internal wall, you can have its own footing. That's this is 115 millimeter thickness of the wall. Then the projections are going to be 115, and also the depth 115 also. So we have 115 this side, 115 that side. So it's supposed to be 115 that side. I don't know what is happening, but it's supposed to be 115 then this side. Yeah, so that's it. And then we can draw the rectangle. That's in this case we use that, then we draw the rectangle, and then we have that one. Then we erase this. It's not important, and that is not important. and then I'll press enter. We can also remove that. We don't need those construction lines again, so we have that. But we can also trim, that is we trim this line, so that eventually we are going to erase. You select the bottom lines and then you erase. So in this case we are done with the substructure, but we can continue to trim that, and we just remove that one, and also remove that one. In this case we are assuming that the walls are not going direct to they are stopping below the slab, and then you have another walls going in another direction. So that's what we have. And next is we can draw the say that is the hard core. Of course we can rotate this 45 degrees base point, so we are rotating this 45, then we have it like that, and we offset the hard core is supposed to be 150, so if we offset this 150, so we have that. This is 150, and then you move this is from that end to yeah, and maybe if we match property, this is match property, we select this source, this is that one, then it should be the same as that one. Okay, and if we trim this point, that is if you trim that part, and then you can mirror this line, and this is the mirror line, and then you have it like that, and we can as well mirror these two lines, and you choose that to be maybe the area. Okay, so you have that one, and then you just copy this is so you copy from here, and you paste, you continue pasting, of course. For there you have discontinuous, you continue pasting like that, and you also continue pasting here, you paste this is how it goes. Of course you can use the array command for this, but in the meantime let's keep it simple from the way I'm doing it, and then you can I think I should stop here.